South Bend, Indiana. The west side is home of the Studebaker factory. The factory was named the largest vehicle house in the world. The west side is home to the Stanley Coveleski Stadium. This 5,000-seat minor league stadium has an estimated worth of $40 million. It's the home to the South Bend Airport, Indiana's second busiest airport. The west side is our home, our community, and our history. A community is a feeling of fellowship with others, as a result of sharing attitudes, interests, and goals. You are a reflection of your community.
I'm Diana Hess, and I'm Executive Director of Neighborhood Resources Corporation, a small nonprofit that serves neighborhoods in the city of South Bend. Well, we assist neighborhood associations by offering leadership development. We essentially build leaders in community in South Bend neighborhoods. Neighborhood associations bring neighbors together to work on quality of life issues by improving safety. If you've got people that are out and about in their community and paying attention, whether there's broken street lights or maybe a corner that needs a stop sign that doesn't have one, and they're just paying attention. We provide direct technical assistance and resource support to neighborhoods, so if people are either having some struggles in their neighborhood associations or looking to form a new neighborhood association, we will work with them to bring together their board, provide board training and support. The goal is for neighbors to look for innovative ways to increase engagement within their neighborhoods, or to also build collaborations with businesses, other institutions, or other neighborhood associations in the community. And we also bring people together quarterly from around the city, from different neighborhood associations, so that we're not only connecting people in the neighborhoods, but we're connecting neighborhoods within the community.
I'm Barbara Sutton, and I am the president of the North Shore Triangle Neighborhood Association, which is located just north and west of Michigan Street in South Bend. My neighborhood has a very strong neighborhood association, and that started because of a cause that united the neighborhood. My neighborhood was founded in the early 1900s. It once was an encampment for the Potawatomi Indians. We sponsor, the Neighborhood Association sponsors a number of events throughout the year. We have a 4th of July bicycle, tricycle parade around Nokomis Park. Probably their most popular event is our Halloween party, where we draw probably about 200 kids from our small neighborhood. This summer there's been a bridge mural project going on just on the edge of our neighborhood, the 933 Bridge Project. A guy named Chris, who's an artist in the community. So Chris came to us with that idea of drawing a mural on that. He had already had a design. He had talked to the city, asked if we would become involved as a neighborhood, and we loved the idea. Chris has gathered over the course of the summer about 500 volunteers, not only some from our neighborhood, but also lots of civic organizations, school organizations, just all kinds of people, businesses have come out and helped him paint this project. His plan was to feature architectural structures and designs that are throughout the city. It's an introduction of our city. So we're really pleased to have Chris bring this project to our neighborhood. We fully support it and can't wait to see it all finished.
Okay, my name is Gail Brodie. I am president of LaSalle Park Neighborhood Association.
And I'm Wendell Johnson, and I'm vice president of LaSalle Park Neighborhood Association. Well, this part of South Bend was probably developed back in the 40s and the 50s and 60s. So many people came and migrated here from the southern states just to come from the newer developed industrial jobs. Cummins Engine, Studebaker, and other small suppliers of the larger manufacturers. The weed and seed program was actually, as it stated, weeding. It weeded out some of the criminal element added some financial funding to bring in some help with curbing, sidewalks, lighting, as well as looking at communications between us as a neighborhood organization and the city to help develop that.
And during that 5-year period, we saw a lot of things improving. But as with anything else, the grant ran out, and that was pretty much the end of it. And as far as day-to-day living conditions and things, I don't see any positives. We took the initiative to reach out, we being LaSalle Park Neighborhood Association, to reach out to the Public Safety and Health Committee, because the items that we need assistance on are the things that fall under their responsibilities for the city of South Bend.
Gail Brodie, who's been the president of our organization actually for the past 10 years, has been instrumental in developing a group of followers and supporters of our cause. Because when you can get a number of senior citizens who come in with their oxygen tanks on canes and bringing their children and their grandchildren to a meeting, I think that's a big accomplishment. And that shows your connection with your community.
My name's Douglas Boyd, and I'm with the Keller Park Neighborhood Association. Our location is the northwest side of South Bend. The Keller Park Neighborhood Association has been involved in several different actions. Our first one was we had a neighborhood-wide cleanup. Went through all the alleys into the parks. Another thing that we had was an actual park cleanup. Pretty much stripped and painted all the playground equipment, painted the restroom building, and washed all the concrete and so forth. Yeah, another one of our causes was we had identified in some areas where trees were growing around the lights, blocking them from being efficient. We also noticed some areas that just didn't have any street lights in them. A week or so ago, the city did go through the neighborhood and trim back the trees in the areas that we had asked, which was very helpful. In doing such, gotten our councilman involved, Tim Scott, and we met with him this week and had walked around the neighborhood and showed him and identified the areas that we would like to have lights added. The reason why we're doing it is because of safety reasons. There's a couple of streets that are almost virtually dark at night, which isn't safe for children to walk. The tennis courts was a petition that we had already did. We took the petition and went down to the Parks Department, went in front of their board, basically sold the idea to them to convert one of the 4 tennis courts and install 2 basketball goals. One of our most recent actions that we've started is a petition to add a splash pad to Keller Park. We did a little bit of research and found that there's not really any kind of a water feature for children on the west side, so that if anybody wants to sign it, you can go online and sign the petition. It's open to anyone. But it's been a really good thing for Keller Park to get organized and to make a difference within our neighborhood. I would highly suggest that if you want to make a difference within your neighborhood, take a look at a neighborhood association.
My name is Lindsay Stork, and I'm involved in a ministry called Feed the Hungry. There's a lot of less fortunate people in downtown South Bend, and I think we can help them, but it's not necessarily just giving them money. Feed the Hungry is a weekly event. We meet every Friday at 5 o'clock on Bethel's campus, and anyone and everyone is welcome. Well, we've been blessed with certain donors that have been willing to donate to this cause. Feed the Hungry originated from a group of college students. I was one of those college students, and I kind of took on the leadership role of making sure that everything's organized each week. I go pick up the pizza, and everyone else collects chips from all the different dorms, and then we all kind of just spread out into different cars, whoever's willing to drive that week. Well, once we get there, we open up the back of our trunks and have all the boxes spread out, different pizza boxes, and pass out the pizza, and each take turns, passing out the chips and water bottles, whatever we have for that evening. I've gotten to know them for the past 4 years and developed really great relationships. One specific guy that comes to mind, he was definitely not sober when he started coming. Like being able to talk to him each week and encourage him. He's been sober now a year, going on a year now. The bigger point is just being their friend and helping them out, hanging out with them, and you know, maybe inviting them to a meal. It's stories like that that really make Feed the Hungry what it is.
My name is Brenda Brantley. I stay in Keller Park. I stay with my 3 kids and my boyfriend. Yeah, I'm going to AIU, University in Chicago, going to get my culinary arts degree so I can get my own business started in cooking. I'm gonna start off here in South Bend, but then I'm gonna probably move and take it somewhere in a bigger city so I can get more money and get a bigger place. I've been over here for 9 years, but I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Alabama, Evergreen, and we moved here when I was like 5, 6 years old, so I've been here ever since. But I've been in this neighborhood for 9 years. It's good because they got like a lot of activities going on for kids. They do homework, feed them, and I got a 20-year-old, 14-year-old, and a 12-year-old. They good kids. They go to school. One graduated. The other one in high school and elementary. I'm gonna have me a lawyer, I'm gonna have me a basketball star, and I'm gonna have me a cheerleader. But they like going outside playing with their friends and stuff, going to like haunted houses, carnivals when they here. They like to skate, they like to go to the movies and stuff like that. So they do all the activities. It's kind of good for them because it's teaching them not to be in the streets and stay out of trouble and stuff like that. I got good neighbors. I like my neighbors. And I got friends too that stay on other streets and stuff, so I'm cool and content. I know when I'm bored I can always go to them, sit with them, talk with them for a while. A good community to me is when you can get with neighbors and do stuff, or anybody in the neighborhood and get together and throw like a cookout or go to church, go on walks and stuff like that. They have like book night where we all sit around and read books and then talk about them. Then they have nights where they'll have dinner. The whole neighborhood, everybody in the neighborhood will come and just sit around and chat. We grill and we'll sit outside, talk to each other, go on walks, go to other people in the community, go to their house, sit with them and talk to them.
A community is a feeling of fellowship with others. As a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. You are a reflection of your community. We cannot seek achievement and forget about the progress of others. Our ambitions must be broad enough to include the needs of others. A community grows its own leaders. The strong voices will be the ones that emerge as the leaders of what you are growing.